I have seen the power of God's Word at work in my own life and in the lives of others, and I have no doubt that He can do the same for you. So don't hesitate to click the link and start this journey with me. Let us open our hearts to God's Word, allowing it to penetrate deep within us and bring about transformation and renewal. Let us worship together, learn together, and heal together as we immerse ourselves in the beauty and truth of the Psalms. I am excited to see what God will do through this video, and I am confident that He will use it to touch lives and bring about spiritual healing. So join me on this journey through the Psalms, and let us experience the power of God's Word together. Click the link now, and let the healing begin. Psalm 14 declares the foolishness of denying the existence of God, emphasizing the importance of acknowledging and worshiping Him. It serves as a reminder of the folly of rejecting God and His truth. Psalm 15 asks, "Who shall dwell on God's holy hill?" highlighting the qualities of righteousness and integrity required to be in God's presence. It serves as a reflection on the standards of holiness set by God. Psalm 16 expresses confidence in God's faithfulness to never abandon His people. It serves as a declaration of trust in God's protection and provision. Psalm 17 seeks refuge in the shadow of God's wings, finding comfort and security in His presence. It serves as a reminder of the protection and care provided by God for His people. Psalm 18 praises God as a rock and fortress, acknowledging His strength and protection in times of trouble. It serves as a declaration of trust in God's power and sovereignty. Psalm 19 extols the perfection of God's law, highlighting its importance and significance in guiding His people. It serves as a reminder of the wisdom and truth found in God's Word. Psalm 20 encourages trust in the name of the Lord our God, seeking His help and guidance in times of need. It serves as a reminder of the importance of relying on God's strength and provision. Psalm 21 rejoices in the Lord's strength, celebrating His power and victory over all things. It serves as a declaration of praise and worship for God's greatness. Psalm 22 questions why God has seemingly forsaken His people, expressing feelings of abandonment and despair. It serves as a cry for help and deliverance from God in times of trouble. Psalm 23 declares the Lord as a shepherd, providing care and guidance for His people. It serves as a reminder of the comfort and security found in God's presence. Psalm 24 proclaims the King of Glory, acknowledging God's sovereignty and majesty over all creation. It serves as a declaration of praise and worship for God's greatness. Psalm 25 asks God to teach His paths, seeking guidance and direction in following His ways. It serves as a reminder of the importance of seeking God's will and wisdom. Psalm 26 expresses a desire to bless the Lord, acknowledging His goodness and faithfulness. It serves as a declaration of praise and worship for God's character. Psalm 27 declares the Lord as light and salvation, finding security and hope in His presence. It serves as a reminder of the comfort and protection found in God's care. Psalm 28 praises the Lord as strength and shield, acknowledging His power and protection in times of trouble. It serves as a declaration of trust in God's ability to defend and uphold His people. Psalm 29 ascribes glory to the Lord, celebrating His power and majesty over all creation. It serves as a declaration of praise and worship for God's greatness. Psalm 30 rejoices in the joy that comes with the morning, celebrating God's faithfulness and provision. It serves as a declaration of praise and thanksgiving for God's goodness. Psalm 31 commits the spirit into God's hand, trusting in His care and protection. It serves as a declaration of faith and reliance on God's sovereignty. Psalm 32 declares the blessedness of forgiveness, acknowledging God's mercy and grace. It serves as a reminder of the importance of seeking forgiveness and reconciliation with God. Psalm 33 praises the steadfast love of the Lord, celebrating His faithfulness and goodness. It serves as a declaration of praise and worship for God's character. Psalm 34 encourages tasting and seeing the goodness of the Lord, seeking His presence and provision. It serves as a reminder of the importance of experiencing God's goodness in our lives. Psalm 35 declares the greatness of the Lord, acknowledging His power and authority. It serves as a declaration of praise and worship for God's greatness. Psalm 36 praises the steadfast love of God, celebrating His faithfulness and goodness. It serves as a declaration of thanksgiving and worship for God's character. Psalm 37 reassures that God will not forsake His saints, providing protection and care for His people. It serves as a reminder of the security and safety found in God's presence. Psalm 38 pleads for God not to forsake, seeking His mercy and compassion. It serves as a cry for help and deliverance from God in times of trouble. Psalm 39 reflects on the brevity of life, questioning the measure of days. It serves as a reflection on the fleeting nature of life and the importance of seeking God's guidance. Psalm 40 declares God as help and deliverer, acknowledging His power and provision. It serves as a declaration of trust in God's ability to rescue and save His people. Psalm 41 asks for God's graciousness, seeking His mercy and compassion. It serves as a plea for help and deliverance from God in times of need. These psalms, ranging from cries for help and deliverance to declarations of praise and worship, reflect the diverse range of emotions and experiences found in the human journey of faith. They serve as a reminder of the importance of seeking God in all circumstances and trusting in His goodness and faithfulness. I asked God for so many things, thinking that He would simply grant my wishes with a wave of His hand. But God's responses were not what I expected. When I asked Him to take away my habit, He told me that it was not for Him to do, but for me to give it up myself. I realized then that true change comes from within. And when I pleaded with God to make my handicapped child whole, He gently reminded me that his spirit was already whole, and that his body was only temporary. It was a difficult truth to accept, but I understood that there was a greater purpose beyond what I could see. Asking for patience, I was met with a firm no from God. He explained that patience is not something that can be granted, but something that must be learned through trials and tribulations. It was a lesson in resilience and perseverance that I needed to embrace. And when I begged for happiness, God's response was once again a resounding no. He reminded me that He gives blessings, but true happiness is a choice that I must make for myself. It was a powerful reminder that my joy was in my own hands. I asked God to spare me pain, but He told me that suffering was a part of life that could draw me closer to Him. It was a difficult truth to swallow, but I understood that pain was a catalyst for growth and transformation. When I asked for my spirit to grow, God's response was clear. I must grow on my own, but He would be there to prune me and make me fruitful. It was a reminder that growth requires effort and perseverance, but that God would always be there to guide me along the way. And when I asked for all things to enjoy life, God simply said, no. He reminded me that He had already given me life, and it was up to me to find joy in the blessings that surrounded me. It was a lesson in gratitude and appreciation for the gifts that I had been given. But when I finally asked God to help me love others as much as He loved me, His response was different. He simply said, finally you have the idea. It was a moment of clarity and understanding, a reminder that love is the greatest gift of all. So as I reflect on God's responses to my prayers, I realize that each no was a lesson in itself. A lesson in strength, resilience, gratitude, and above all, love. And as I go forth into this day, I will remember to cherish each moment, for it is a gift from God.